Alright, Hazel Omega here. So I'm gonna be riding this bike to San Francisco soon, and I'm gonna go install this little brake kit on it before I go. So I had set this bike up. I packed the bike up for like a little adventure ride, just a street adventure ride. I don't ride this thing off road. I know it's fully capable of like some light off road. Maybe even more than light off-road, but I realize when it's fully loaded, the brakes totally suck. Like the brakes already suck on the KLR, and it sucks even more with it fully loaded. So even like if you were riding like 2-up on this, yeah, so it would be horrible. So I'm gonna go. I ordered a little kit. I think it's a EBC kit. This thing inside, super heavy right now, and I thought this was gonna be easy job. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna change the caliper bracket, but I realized just to take the rotor off, I have to take the front wheel off. So it's gonna take a little longer. So hopefully I can get where I'm going soon. All right, so let's go move this bike inside. Okay, so this is I think this is an EBC brake upgrade kit, and I got it for like $100 on eBay. It's used, but hopefully I didn't really want the golden color, but there it is. So I already got the bike jacked up and everything. I hope it's stable. I don't have a center stand on this, so it sucks. So first thing I have to do is I think I'm gonna have to ditch this little my DR650 brake caliper cover here. I don't really need it anyways, but I'd rather have better brakes than a fancy brake cover. So take the top bolt off. This would be kind of like a little vlog type thing. I'm sure there's plenty of videos like this on the internet, and they're two different sizes, so it's kind of weird. I don't know. Okay. Oh man, it's all scratched up from when I dropped the bike. Daggone it. Alright. So one of the bad things about this mod, if you ride off-road, is it makes the rotor much bigger, so it's more prone to getting damaged. Alright. Just get this zip tie out of here. Okay. This comes right off. I don't have to take this bracket off now. I'll see how it fits better, how it fits later. I'm gonna take this cotter pin out. Okay, so in the interest of saving time, I got my impact gun out. It's a 22mm, takes the nut off. Okay, that's easy. And the wheel should just come right off, so I won't need this anymore. Maybe. Okay, now it's on the crap here. And then it should just come right off. Wheel will just drop out. And Carplano. There it is. Brake pad's still good. Don't worry about that. So, one of the things you might notice is this is not a stock wheel. So, this is a 17-inch wheel I've got off a KLR650 that I put on this bike to kind of make some like a kind of Supermoto type thing. And the hub is a KLR650, so it uses the same hub pattern for the rotors, but instead of using like a drilled or a tapped hub, it uses bolts and nuts to hold it together, which actually I kind of like better because you always wind up stripping the bolts because they put them on with Loctite. So it has a lot of locking, those mechanical locking nuts. I might just add some Loctite in for it, but there it is. So I'm just gonna start taking them off now and put the new rotor on. And then we'll put the little adapter bracket. So what this does is this is a bigger rotor, and this pushes the caliper outwards, so it'll match this. Okay, so I kind of underestimated the size of how big this brake rotor is, but literally the stock rotor, it fits within the new rotor. It's crazy big. It's pretty much the same design. Looks like it's got more holes drilled into it. It's a little damaged, this one. I see there's some stuff in here. I don't know what it is, but for the most part, it's a good thing. I think this is a KLR650 rotor, because I remember I bought one just so I could have the same kind. The KLR650 has the holes drilled like straight out and stuff. So there you go. That's the difference. It's a lot. Hopefully it'll make a big difference in braking. I guess we'll go ahead and install it. I'm pretty sure that this is, I think it's supposed to be this way out, so it's pretty dummy proof. It should fit over the hub perfectly, and it does. A little bit of wiggle room, not a whole lot. So, alright. So I just want to put these bolts in. I'll go put just a little bit of thing in there. Alright, so since this already has locking nuts, a special kind of locking nuts, I'm just gonna put like just a little bit of anti-seize on the bolts, just a little bit, just for insurance. Okay, now they're all gooped up, I'm just gonna have to just install them. So flip these all around now. That's how I was able to tell which ones I put the goop on there. I probably should get some brake parts cleaner and shoot the rotor a little bit. So I'll just go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten them real quick. But I won't torque them yet. I still have to get them torqued. Okay, so one thing I'm beginning to notice right now is it's a hell of a lot harder to install now because the rotor is so long. I don't know how I'm gonna do this now. Because like the rotor was a lot really short before, and my wrench is like short, so Yeah, it's harder now because you have to stick your fingers in deeper. Alright, so they're on there, so now all I have to do is torque them. I gotta find the torque specs in this here book. Okay, since I'm using a KLR650 hub, I'm gonna go with the KLR650 specs. And it's 13 foot-pounds. 13 foot-pounds. Got it? Good. Okay, so I got my torque wrench set to 150 foot-pounds. Alright, so this thing is stripping it for torquing, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a long 10 millimeter. I'm just going to torque it. Torque the nut side. Kind of see what's going on here. I think this is way too long. Should do the trick. So hopefully the rotor is all centered and everything already. It's kind of weird. Some of them are like, some of them are easy to torque, and some of them are not easy to torque. All right. Just clean the rotors a little bit. So I don't know what condition they were in. Okay, so the rotor's all done. Clean it up a little bit with some brake parts cleaner. And then now we're gonna go do the caliper relocation bracket. So to do that, I need this guy right here. Just unbolt it right here. Okay, comes right off. Piece of cake. Oh, you know what I realized? This kit doesn't. Whoever sold me this kit doesn't have the they don't have the doggone they didn't give me the bolts for it. I guess that's where I saved $100. I mean, that's where I saved, like, yeah, I literally almost saved like $100, maybe like 50 or 60 bucks. Anyway, so this thing here nicely says KLR on it. I heard these have problems stripping, so I'll be very careful torquing that. So it looks like it goes on like this. Or is it the other way? Oh, that's a good question. I think it's like this. Yeah. Have to be like that, and the KLR is pointing up. KLR650. Okay, so these are the bolts that I'm going to use. They're pretty much the same as the stock ones. They're just shinier. I got them from my little bolt box here, so it's good to have handy bolts on hand, and then it's going to go like that. I can't do it with two hands, so. Alright, so I'm already seeing a problem with this. These bolts are too long. I already tried to put a washer in there. and as you can see, they protrude past to where the brakes are, where the brake rotor is. So I'm gonna have to put a shorter bolt. That's what I'm gonna have to do. This is roughly the same size as the stock bolt. Dadgummit. So this is a little bit different here. So I do have something smaller. So I'll just have to find the right one. I'll let you know how it turns out. This is what happens when you buy stuff on eBay, man. You don't get everything. Dadgummit. Alright, just for good measure, I'm just putting a little bit of anti-seize Loctite on these. Okay. Alright, I just went and torqued it, so that's what it looks like. So now I gotta go put the wheel back on. Okay, so I found the problem with this. If you have smaller wheels, this upgrade is probably not very good, because you can see the brake rotor is nearly as big as the wheel. It's just a couple inches, but this you cannot slip the wheel onto the caliper, because you have to do this like weird. You have to push the caliper. You have to push the pad out and then slide it in, because the caliper will hit the wheel when you try to put it in. So I have to kind of like do this little. I have to move the pads around and stuff, and the caliper, and then stick it on there. I'd imagine maybe if your pads are worn down a little bit more, it'd probably be easier. But yeah, I tried to do it with it on there already, and I couldn't do it. It was. So I said, hey, I'll just put the wheel on first, and then I'll put the caliper on last. But I did it with the adapter on there. I think you might be able to fit it. You may be able to fit it with the caliper installed onto the adapter. I don't know. I didn't try that, but the adapter was on already, and then I just slid it onto the adapter and the rotor, and it worked. I hope it works. We'll see. And then to go put these bad boys back on. Alright, well, feast your eyes on that. There it is. My KLR650 now has a very big rotor on it. And it works. Everything clears. Looks like it clears. Hope the speedometer works. I hope I put it back in right. There's proof that it works. So yeah, so what I had to do was shift the pads around and then just kind of like finagle it onto the rotor. So I can say with the install on this, I have to say I'm not very happy with this install. I'm kind of modifying the way the bike is. What am I gonna do if I have to change a flat tire on the road, you know, and I have to fucking do the thing on this? I have to take the wheel off the road. That means I have to take all this stuff out and this stuff out. Yeah, so not very good. Yeah, not too happy with it. But we'll see if it's worth it with the braking performance. So thus far, the like kind of the braking upgrades that are on this bike are, I have this stainless steel line here. This kit I just installed, and I have intimidators to help prevent brake dive. And I'll tell you this, intimidators, not having reducing brake dive is like the best thing ever for brakes. They make them work so much better. But hopefully combined with this mod, this whole bike will have awesome stopping power now, or at least better stopping power. But there it is. So yeah, I installed it. You saw how I did it. If you have some kind of Supermoto wheel like mine, it's going to be hard to install because this rotor is gigantic. I'm not going to lie. It's much bigger than the stock. So I'm hoping it's going to be braking, so it's going to be much better. Yeah, so I don't know. I would think whenever you want to take the wheel off, it's probably a good idea to just take the caliper off now. So it sucks, but if that's the price to pay for better braking, then so be it. So I will do I'm taking this bike to San Francisco right now. That's a perfect place to practice, a perfect place to test if the brakes are good or not. So I will be taking my action camera with me, and I will be testing it. Go ahead, just stay. I'll make a separate video on that, so I'll link it in the description or on at the end of the video, and then you can see my findings. But the braking has to be better. It has to be. All right, Hades and make out.